Hello, welcome to Bedtime Arcturian Philosophy. After a long, hard day in San Francisco on a Sunday, Crayon said it's the 12th. It's a catalyst day because, well, the number 12, and also the 12 adds to 3. That it was significant that I should be out there on that day. But on the way back, let's just say I really got pissed off. I realized after going to I went into the bathroom and I saw a belt with glasses hung from it, and I knew immediately, that meant, okay, someone's up to something in here with me here. Okay, what the fuck? Basically, I, leave in there, and either I forget my vaporizer or they take it from me while I'm in there, something like that. With the reflection with the water or whatever, something like that, because that's how all this stuff works. But basically, well, I got so mad that after I was so mad to the point where it scares people, where they're gonna call the police type thing. It's funny that, like, they'd want to give me lung cancer, and it's like, you guys don't understand. It doesn't matter. I've had pneumonia, and I can just it's like Katy Perry's Roar, like I was screaming, like you zombie robot snakes. Like there's a snake in my kitchen. What am I gonna do? There's a snake in my kitchen. Like that's a UB40 song. There's a rat in my kitchen. What am I gonna do? There's a rat in my kitchen. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna fix that rat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fix that rat. And see, I changed the wording to snake because, see, like, they're raised kind of mafia style. So, like, think of mafia style, like rat. A rat in the mafia is someone who's telling stuff. Like me, technically, would be like a rat that I, like, somehow ratted Cryon out or something. But see, Cryon wanted me to say that stuff. So I wasn't ratting him out or anything. Like, he said, rest assured, I wanted you to say all of it. So that was the point. And the point is that I'm supposed to talk about it. And it's also kind of easy to talk about it when, law of attraction or no law of attraction, there's actually, like, people that appear constantly on their cell phone or doing this with their head, or who have their sunglasses on, and are doing very, very strange stuff. I mean, I know that I'm being watched rather carefully, so other people could be seeing this and thinking, oh my gosh, you're insane, and look at your makeup, come on. No, this is real, and it is, happening to people, but it seems like it happened to so many people in my area, who were just sort of taken en masse. And I was in the middle of the whole thing, but won, somehow. I did not, lose my soul, to, Satan, you could say. And so now our purpose is to create a different world. To learn to live in this newer world where we've got different things to start with. So, this is existentialism. I believe this is Sartre. And also Nietzsche was a big existentialist, so I'd know about that. Where you've got, these preconditioned things, these things in your environment that were there when you showed up, when you were born. So you were born with a birth defect, and you were born with parents that did this, and then did this, and this, and this. These things that were out of your control, or perceived out of your control. But what existentialism teaches, it is about radical freedom. Now, technically, Sartre was an atheist, and so he made it all an atheist type thing, but the guy who taught it to me taught the Torah. So, He was no atheist. He was very devout, very devout, either Jewish or Christian. He would specifically teach the Hebrew Torah was what he would teach alongside his philosophy. But I wasn't in that class. So existentialism teaches about radical freedom. It's about coming to a point, what you could call an awakening, almost, coming to a point where you realize, okay, I've had all this stuff in my life bring me down. Okay, after they took my Klonopin, then I realized, okay, it was cool they took my Klonopin. It's way better that I have this pot. Then, they get wind of that, and because I've said something about it, then they, have an opening to take it from me. And then that was like the straw on the camel's back. I was just like, oh my gosh, I am so mad at you people. Like, it just, I was mad at the entire situation. Mad that I was no longer safe in my own city. Like Train singing Save Me San Francisco, the place that I can always call my own. It's not that place anymore. So I wonder what I'll be telling the children if they ask me, what was it like when you were growing up? Or what was San Francisco like when you lived here? And I can tell them, oh, yeah, we would get together and sit in circles on the grass, and we would tell stories and play drums and make lots of music, and we didn't have any of this sunglasses or anything, and we didn't have any kinds of magic spells or anything we did to each other. We didn't hurt each other like that. The people there, the homeless kids, they would kind of steal from each other periodically, but all people who've been homeless will know about that, so it seems to come with homeless territory, because you end up having to, like, you gotta do what you gotta do to live, it appears, when you're homeless, so that comes with the territory. But it's, there, or just people who, not homeless don't have to worry about that, but comparing, say, Oakland and San Francisco, I had never felt unsafe before in San Francisco. And that was the first time that I was in where I knew was, like, my city. My frickin' city. And it was suddenly foreign. Had become foreign. Shops had been set up practically overnight, it appeared. All kind of things were done up in the BART station to look like, stuff, implants in your head and crap. And I was just like, oh my god. I was completely appalled. And I thought to myself, people in San Francisco are smarter than this. We were seeing this coming. I mean, come on. Hello, come on. We're smarter than this. And I know the point of San Francisco hitting that bad is for the people there to wake up so profoundly, and the type of expansion that would produce. But so I was just entirely mad. It wasn't really like, I kept thinking to myself, I'm mad about an electronic cigarette, technically. And I would think to myself, well, it's not even about that. I'm pissed off about that, but it's not that. It's the entire thing. It's everything that's happening. This is madness. This is horrible. This is awful. And these people are actually laughing about it because they've got no brain anymore and doing the whole, like, whatever symbol thing. And I was just like, wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. And then I understood why, if you watched the one video where I was wearing what looked like very biblical looking, style, headdress type thing, he like told me to do that, and then no, we noticed that the blue looked kind of cool because it was like the gray blue eye thing, and he said do that would be funny. So I said yeah, that looks fun. And well, like, well, people need to keep in mind. This is also something I was going to talk about, to get to more later. But I have, like, he'll have to help me do my makeup and stuff because I wasn't taught how to do any of it. I wasn't taught how to wash clothes. I wasn't taught how to manage money. I wasn't taught how to do things that a normal child is taught how to do because I grew up in secret satanic programming. That wasn't, as far as I know, I don't recall being shocked by anything, but I have huge chunks of my memory in my childhood that are not there, so I don't know what could have occurred during those, but I know rape was involved. And somehow I held out, from the rape. Even though I was just a young, such a young child, somehow it just nobody could break me. But so there I am. I'm just pissed off at the entire world. I'm thinking, okay, if the rest of the world looks like this, I own you now. Like, I'm your ruler if the rest of the world looks like this, but I knew that I could not be the only human left in the entire world who had survived this, and I knew that the program would be setting off in different places and different times, because it works like Linux, like shells, so that if one area gets shut down, the other area is still operating, like the way the program operates. So, there could be a program going on in Houston that's totally different from Silicon Valley. And I'm getting Silicon Valley. Okay, yeah, Silicon Valley. That is Silicon. Oh, yeah, okay. Funny joke there. Okay, wow. Yeah, okay, yeah. The Silicon Valley program has gone off hardcore, I guess. And it appears they will go off differently, different times, in different areas. That's what Cryon's saying. So I was just like, oh my gosh, what's happened to San Francisco? I knew that being in cities was bad for you. It would be bad. But San Francisco had always had such a light energy to it. And what came over it was like this dark freaking cloud of awfulness. And I thought, my God, I've never felt this here ever. Like, it made you want to run away from the place, practically. Even though I was sitting up next to a tree, finally. But the way people would walk by, the way, like, no matter how I would try to, like, avoid people or just go off by myself, they would end up walking up past me and have their iPhone, which now I'm thinking, okay, boycott the iPhones, no iPhone for me, no freaking iPhone, especially not one with a blue blinking eye on it, no. With the, like, doing this into it, or this, or, it's like they're looking at it and typing stuff at the same time, saying she's doing this, or this is occurring, or, like, but they're typing it in code. And I've noticed them, like, I'll understand the code when they say it, but, yeah, it's like they're using a code of sorts, so that it wouldn't sound strange if a person didn't know what they were talking about necessarily, but I'll notice when they're talking about me. So Star Shades, we have to find each other. I thought I kind of found one, and then I did, but he was, like, in a hybridized Yael body, which makes you think that you're not human. Which is BS, but, it's all BS belief systems from someone who had slits in their eyes. Hey, fix that video, because that's how I figured it out. Like, seriously, that's how I figured it out. There's slits in your eyes in that video, in this one video. And so that's, so it's a person who says, it's all BS, belief systems is like their motto, and I thought that was a cool motto. I liked that a lot. So, yeah, for, like, I thought I'd made a friend, and then it turned out that the friend was, like, being used to attempt to get me under control. And also, in ways, some maybe, other ways not, going along with the program. And I was just like, and there's some stuff that got said to me on the bus also. The way they'll communicate is very strange. Reptilians and Greys, and they are associated with each other. Even though they hate each other's guts, they work together. Because either the Reptilians created the Greys or whatever, or something like that. But whatever it is, they work together. And at the top, they hate each other's guts and want to murder each other. Is the deal at the top. So that's like the Alien versus Predator thing. So like what will happen is you might get some message on your cell phone that says something random. Then someone might say something to you out loud that makes sense with the text message that's asking you a question. And you'll be expected to respond on the phone in the text message. So I get a text message that says ... and someone randomly says a question to me. And it's from, Starseed person, and see, those ones that Greys and Yael, they can control the reptilians or act like more of the puppet masters a lot of the time. Or they're very good at it, even if they're not. Or it's like they used to be the slaves, I do not know. But in the rap, it says, I want my revenge like I came from a mummy's mind. So that makes me think, okay, you want revenge. You guys are in charge now and you want revenge. What happened to you to make you want revenge? Huh. Okay. See, yeah, I use the rap quite well. Yeah, I do love the rap. Not the ugly frequency of it, but the lyrics really help. They're really cool. That Mad Child guy is awesome. Which all the Grey people just kick themselves for telling me stuff. But then they're like, oh my gosh, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. I want to study it. I want to study it. I want to study it. And yeah, then realize, okay, well, we can't kill it, so let's study it. I already knew that they wanted to study me. Like, they didn't have to exactly tell me that. Or show me something, that would show, like, studying the DNA, like the picture in the Crown book, which is a little Martian man with a microscope of the DNA. It's like studying, the DNA. And I got this message, well, they're wanting to, like, study you because of this. And I thought, yeah, I know. They were trying to do that when I was imprisoned. They were trying to, they were trying to make me die of some sort of exotic thing. Whatever the first thing they could get in first to kill me, something exotic, to see if, because of my different DNA, they could create some sort of better super bacteria or super virus to unleash on other people like me that would kill them instead of with me being just resistant. So when I realized that was what was going on, I was so mad. And also, you feel completely betrayed by this race, sadly, because they will actually act like your friends. And it's not like the reptilians, where where you understand that they're your friends, but then they also ritualistically screw you over, and it's just, okay, yeah, that's just how you are, kind of thing. Something like that. With the Greys, or the Yael types, they will actually be really, like, friends with you in some strange capacity. Actually really be friends with you in some sort of mental capacity. And then attempt to, like, enslave you. Especially if you're a girl. Did someone miss the memo? I guess it's funny for people in offices with computers. Yeah, the memo is, well, for this area, the Silicon Valley area, apparently, I am one of the biggest creators left standing. So, I'm going to be a creator and create light, love, harmony, fix the ozone, how to do that. He says something to do with the grids. that the ozone can fix itself, like he's saying that practically, like that it can fix itself if we do something to initiate it somehow, something like that. But we kind of need you guys not mindless to do that, because he's saying like this stuff you can all do, but you have to do it like as a group. Or say people that can control weather. You might be able to fix a problem that's right above your town, like a suburb or something, but not on a large mass scale. And that's where we need people to break out of the prison systems, to have things on a larger mass scale, because see, no matter what, the light's just gonna keep expanding and keep expanding and keep expanding, and like I was screaming, when you see my face, hope it gives you your hell, hope it gives you your hell, because you're already in your hell. I was so mad, and when I got back, it was funny. I was sitting there on the BART, and I was just so raging mad, and Arcturian and Andromeda, actually, she sat there, and it was the first time she'd actually sat there like with me. And she said, it's okay, this happens with our ground crew members all the time, the anger is really normal, it's really normal, you found yourself you're on a planet where it's completely dysfunctional, you're on a slave planet, so it's totally normal, don't panic, it's okay to be angry, just do what I do here. And it did this kind of pose like how I drew Yoda guy, with both hands up, kind of like this, and she said, just feel all this anger, your body. Okay, now breathe it out and breathe it into the room. And feel it expand. And feel, what does it feel like? And keep going into the anger, how you feel angry. And as I was doing this, I could see, usually if I see Arcturians around me, or if I know they're around me, I'll see 4. But this time there were 6. And it was specifically that way. It was gridded that way, as like a hexagon or something around me, and they're kind of standing there holding their hands out, because they'll do this thing, like they'll hold their like 3 fingers, hands out, like this is a protective kind of thing. And I was just sitting there doing this with my eyes closed, as I breathed in and breathed out, and I could sort of feel them there, see them there in my, in my mind's eye, standing there, just, kind of like what I was taught in Shaolin Kempo, which is scanning the room. You do this, but see, they do this, and with this like light coming out of their hand, it's really cool looking. And I thought, wait, I should open my eyes for a second. I feel better. I should open my eyes. And I opened my eyes, and you see everyone had been staring at me, or attempting to cast hexes at me. People wearing sunglasses and then taking the sunglasses off, or doing things with it like that. Or people looking into reflections of anything reflective. People trying to do stuff to me, so that I actually had to walk up and down the train to try and avoid them doing it, because it got to be so much on the ride back. And I opened my eyes, and everyone had their head down like this and was looking away. Like every single person was just like away like that. And I thought to myself, oh my god, this is not in my head. This is real. They're actually really there. They're actually really saying, back off our person right now. Wow, this is really cool. I had written something in my little journal when I saw my city, and I saw, when I saw, what had happened. Now this is funny where I haven't really, directly channeled Cryon before, but he said, I would want you to write this down. He said, hello, I'm Cryon of Magnetic Service. Thank you! Like that, and that was like, thank you for going through this. But I wrote to my mother, if you cannot perform any duties of a parent and have disowned me, then I'm fully and completely accepting my ultimate ascension to the stars. With my signature, there, Krista Elizabeth Howard. And I will lovingly usher broken souls into the light, well, without screaming. That's the idea of the crystal kids. You have to teach us, once we break you out of jail, then you have to teach us how to not get so pissed off so easily, because we're good at getting pissed off. Because the point is for us to be pissed off about whatever is going on, because it's whatever is not preferred, or is just sickening or something, or sending chills down the spines of the universe. So the whole thing has been interesting. Through some technological fiddling, I realized that I hadn't actually lost anything, and that that I was able to jerry-rig some stuff, and I realized, it didn't actually matter that anybody did anything to any of my stuff. And as I was walking back, this is a concept that you're going to learn again and again. What Cryon has said to me is, think about it as if you woke up tomorrow completely naked on a sandy beach or something. Like think of like a Survivor scenario. And if you could wake up into this scenario suddenly, and how you've got no food or whatever, you've got nothing, but then just stop and sit there and smile, because you know that the universe had this in mind for a reason, then he says your probability then changes not only towards staying alive, but towards transmutation, which is what is needed for the staying alive part, apparently, there. So he kept on telling me, look, it's that you know that they're trying to go after you being angry because they can't make you scared of them. They know they can't make you scared very easily, so they're trying to get you mad because they know that they can use that, and so you have to keep doing this. You have to be careful about how mad do you actually get. And also, I think I may speak briefly about some things that occurred in another video. With the healer, the guy was kind of trying to make my bones break, sort of, or make them brittle, while he was doing that, but the idea was to go into trance, and I was told very distinctly, do not tell this guy what has happened at all. The only thing you can tell him is that you saw your grandfather, because it's true. And that's it. Period. End of story. Done. And that's it. So then that's what I did. It didn't make him very happy to hear that I just said, I talked to my grandfather. Done. Like that was it. And wouldn't say anything else about what happened, because they told me, look, you know what you're dealing with here. You know who you're even talking to. You know who you're talking to. You cannot say anything. Period. Okay? And yes, you're walking into a trap. So you're taxing on a taxing planet. Act like it. Like out of the book. Arcturians, you gotta read the Andalite Chronicles, and like all the Andalite related stuff in the Animorph series is like so funny now to Arcturians, because it's so true. It's like it is literally how we act. So I don't know if Kay Applegate, I think that's a fake name, but pen name, but I don't know if she was Arcturian because of that. But I will conclude this particular episode of Arcturian Philosophy, and also be sure to work on my physical body, because I did sustain some damage, you could say, going out there. I think I might make some interesting YouTube videos, at least around here, so that like walking or something. There's some funny German ones. Yeah, die Lochis in der Straße. Like, so there's these kids that call themselves die Lochis. Which means the holes, on the street and in the city on the street, and it's really funny. They play these like pranks on people and stuff. But see, if people are walking by me and they're saying stuff like weird Satanism type stuff, and I say weird funny stuff back to them, well then it's like Socrates, isn't it? So hey, we could do some Socrates. How about let's do some Socrates? That'll be fun. Socrates is fun. All right. Okay, so now we'll conclude Arcturian philosophy for tonight. Hopefully, I'll see you next time. Well, I will see somebody next time, but maybe not you. We'll see who it is. I'll be back soon. Blessings to you all.